Hello, what's up, everyone? It's a beautiful Friday, and I welcome you all, our dear viewers, to the Real Talk Show brought to you by the Youth Platform right here on our official page. So, today we'll be talking about how the Youth Response Challenge has been. Recently, we just started the Youth Response Challenge where we talked about issues that affect the young people here in Zambia and across Africa. In the studio joining me, I have three amazing young people. You guys know that as the youth platform, at the center of our programmings, we have the young people. Henceforth, in this today's show, I have three amazing young people that are going to help me outline what they did understand during the Youth Response Challenge. So in the studio, I have Elvis Sheila, I have Matilda, and I have Annie. Not forgetting my sign language interpreter, Amon. So I'll let you guys just introduce yourself. Feel free. Can you guys smile? You look so serious. Elvis, can you guys smile, please, for the viewers? So I'll let them introduce themselves. I'll start with you, Elvis. Kindly just say, kindly tell us more about yourself and what you do as a young person.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Once again, my name is Elvis, a peer educator, an advocate for sexual reproductive health. Yes, the spearhead of adolescent health and young people. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Elvis. Elvis is a peer educator and also an advocate for sexual reproductive health rights. Annie, how are you? Please introduce yourself and let's let the viewers know more about you.
Okay, my name is Annie. I'm a peer educator.
Thank you so much, Annie. You're a peer educator. That's a very good job. And Matilda, how are you, Matilda? And welcome to the show. Please introduce a bit of yourself so that the viewers can get to know you a little bit more.
Very much. This is Monga Matilda, a peer educator from Sinazongwe.
Oh, all the way from Sinazongwe, we have Matilda. Matilda, I'll start with you. What was your initial reaction to the Youth Response Challenge? And I would love to know what topic caught your attention and why.
To start with, when I first heard about the Youth Response Challenge, I was excited to see young people taking action on critical issues affecting our community. And the topic of teenage pregnancy particularly grabbed my attention because I have seen friends and peers struggle with unintended pregnancies and believe it's essential we address this the root cause and provide support.
Thank you so much, Matilda. And you're saying the topic for teenage pregnancy caught your attention simply because a lot of young people are getting into this trap, into teenage pregnancy. I hope the message, I hope the show on teenage pregnancy was helpful to the young people in Sinazongwe, is it? All right, thank you so much, Matilda. It seems your network is a bit bumping. I'll get to you, Annie. Annie, thinking about the information shared during the Youth Response Challenge, what is one key message you took away regarding sexual reproductive health rights? You are a peer educator, Annie, and I guess you interact with these young people and you get to know issues to do with sexual reproductive health. So, what's that one topic and that caught your attention with regards to sexual reproductive health rights?
Okay, thank you very much. the topic that caught my attention was HIV and STIs, because there are a lot of numbers that are rising. The cases of HIV and STIs, the numbers are rising day by day.
That is really good. But as Annie, what do you do in your community as a peer educator in your capacity? What do you do so that these cases of HIV reduce in your community, Annie?
Okay, first of all, we sensitize giving information to the youths, and we contribute condoms, and we also give information that people don't know about the HIV and AIDS, and how they can protect themselves from having it, or transmitting it to other people. Yes.
Thank you so much, Annie. You are indeed doing a great job. Continue sensitizing the people, the young people particularly in your community, so that they become aware of these challenges such as HIV and how they can prevent themselves. You talked about condom distribution. Please also educate them. I know you already do that, also on how to use these condoms, because sometimes these young people can just be so difficult, and some of them, you might assume they know how to use them, but yeah, it's actually the opposite. So continue with the same spirit, and that is really a way to go. I come to Elvis. Elvis, you're too serious. Can you please at least show me a bit of a smile, Elvis? Huh? So Elvis, you said you are a youth advocate in sexual reproductive health rights. So from the Youth Response Challenge, Elvis, what information did you find most impactful regarding substance abuse and its effect to the young people? I guess in your community, we have these high numbers of substance abuse, but what information on that particular topic caught your attention as Elvis?
All right, so thank you so much once again. From substance abuse during the youth response, the part about myths and misconceptions really got my attention, because you find that young people, what they believe that these substances, when they take them, they are the reasons why they are going to have a long life. And when you talk of reproduction itself, they find advantage from the substances. So the part about myth and misconceptions really got my attention, because I got to know that people just don't have the information. That's the part that got me interested most.
Oh, that is really good. The issue of misconception. Elvis, what is that one misconception in your community that is like there with regards to substance abuse?
All right. So most people believe that taking substances, there are certain substances that are considered to give someone power in terms of sexual intercourse. They believe that when you take that substance in a large sum, you're going to find that you last longer when having sexual intercourse, not knowing that they're actually destroying their reproductive organs. So yeah, that part.
Oh, that is really good. So as Elvis, I know you know those misconceptions and how you can help the young people to clear those misconceptions. As Elvis, what are you doing within your community to ensure that the numbers of substance abuse reduce?
All right. So, it when you are approaching someone to tell them about substance abuse and the effect, you don't just go to them direct and tell them, "Hey, you should stop taking substances." You're going to get beaten. These people are usually so. What you're supposed to do as an advocate, you're supposed to reason with them, at least invite them to youth-friendly spaces so that they get the right information on substance abuse and many more different topics that might lead them to have a longer and healthier life.
Thank you so much, Elvis. Matilda, you've been so quiet for quite some time now. I want to know what kind of support or guidance from community leaders do you think would most benefit young women facing these challenges, that is teenage pregnancy, high numbers of HIV, defilement, etc.? So what do you think is the guidance or the support that young people, as young women, need with regards to these challenges from community leaders? So it seems Matilda's internet is failing her. Annie, what role do you think the church or the church leaders can play in creating a safe and supportive environment for young people to discuss these sensitive issues? As a church, what do you think the leaders should do in order to create the environment where the young people can express themselves with regards to issues that are sensitive?
Okay. I think people in churches should help in the, okay, even if no matter how it's a church, it's a religious thing, but we also have to get some information that regards our health and how we need to live in our society, because I've seen in most churches they don't give they don't say what is there just because it's a religious thing. They just follow what's in the Bible and they end there. So I think they should also be giving they should be putting or organizing youths so that they put them together and talk to them about their health and what to do in life and help them to make the right choices.
Yes, I think I also concur with you. In churches, we also need to talk about these issues that are regarded as sensitive issues to do with sexual reproductive health of the young people. Annie, I think that is a right way to go. If churches can also take this initiative where they bring together young people, they mentor them, they teach them not only about the Bible, but also how they should protect themselves against these challenges that we have, which is teenage pregnancy, STIs, HIV, among others. And Elvis, coming to you, what specific action could the government take to better prevent defilement and support survivors? You know, recently we've had high numbers of defilement, but what policies should the government put in place in order to support the survivors and also to reduce the high numbers of defilement in our communities?
All right, thank you so much, Brian. So, personally, I think stiffer punishment would be a great step to ensure that defilement cases are reduced here in Zambia. So, when stiffer punishment is given to the offenders, even the would-be offenders are definitely going to be shaken after the punishment. Let it be stated in the law of Zambia and clearly given to the citizens that when you defile, the punishment is this. Not just taking them to jail. Some people are actually enjoying going to jail. Let the punishment be something. Even I would suggest physical pain. Yeah, sometime back they used to do something to the muscles of someone who has defiled a child. I think if such a thing was to be brought back, definitely the offenders are going to be reduced.
Thank you so much, Elvis. You're saying we need stiffer punishment. Are you also going for Vitenden? I heard young people say we should castrate them. Are you also going for that same policy?
It would be a good initiative, yes.
Okay, all right, Elvis. That is really also a good initiative. The government should put in place those policies that ensure that the defilers make sure there's no bail, and also they put stiffer punishment to the defilers. And to the survivors, Elvis, of this defilement, how do you think the government should help them in order for them to go back to the community and also adapt? You understand that most of these survivors are suffering from mental illness. Others were traumatized at an early age and they grow up with that same trauma. What do you think the government should also put in place in order to ensure that the mental health of these survivors is protected?
All right, thank you so much. So for the survivors, I would suggest looking at the trauma. There's only solution to trauma is rehabilitation. So taking them to some place where they just relax and be free-minded, maybe give them something fun. If it were a little girl, take them to a place where it's fun for like for some reasonable time until they seem to have recovered. Just give them time so that they recover. Then also, if it were someone who is a bit older, uh, maybe expose them to different opportunities in life, like joining a group of youths where they're able to mingle. And the government should be able to sponsor such activities so that they be able to uh, uphold their abilities and grow what they can do. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elvis. I think that is also a good initiative. We only have like one major mental health rehabilitation facility, which is Chainama Hills Hospital. I think if we can have in each province, we center at least one or two, I think that would also be a good initiative, Elvis. Matilda, I asked you earlier before your internet dropped you off about what guidance or support do you think community leaders should give that would be beneficial to young women facing these challenges that teenage pregnancy, the marriages, and HIV and AIDS, etc. So what do you think the community leaders should put in place in order to benefit these young people facing these challenges? So Matilda's internet seems to be fading high again. Coming to you, Annie. You've been also quiet for some time now. I want to know, Annie, what policies or initiative do you believe the government should prioritize to address teenage pregnancy?
Okay, I think the government should put more shows on how people can live their lives in a proper way, and should put shows where people can get more information, because looking at rural areas, others don't have televisions, they don't have electricity. So like maybe if they can be putting these shows even on radios or even on TVs for those who have televisions. Yes.
All right, Annie. I think that is also a good initiative where these shows like this one and also other educative programs should be put out there, readily available for young people to have access to. And I believe one of the major cause of these problems is lack of information. And if information is readily available to young people, I think these cases of these challenges would also be addressed. And Annie, just to ask, I'm curious, who do you think is more responsible for teenage pregnancy? Is it the girl child or the boy child? Who do you think has a major role to play in these issues? I know you're smiling. This question is quite tricky, but I want to hear your perspective. What do you say about this question, Annie?
I think it's a girl child Sorry for saying that, I'm also a girl, but I think it's a girl child. If a girl child can say no to what a man would bring, because, okay, if, for instance, where I am, if I have that zeal of saying no, as in if a guy comes to me and I know what I want in life, I can say no to a guy who comes, because I know that, okay, if this guy comes to me, he wants to propose, what else? He wants to have sex with me, and that will really destroy my life. Okay, for instance, I'm a school going girl. So when I get pregnant, I'll drop out of school. I need to look after the baby. And moreover, I don't even work. So I think it's a girl child.
Oh, it's a girl child, according to Annie. Okay. And Annie, let's say a child is pregnant, a girl child is pregnant. What do you think the government should put in place in order to support these young parents? We have a lot of teenage mothers. What do you think the government should put in place in order to support them?
I think they should just be giving them funds,
I
because
think
some of them,
the I think
okay,
the government, I would actually ask the government for one specific form. It will actually increase the funding for comprehensive sex education programs. I believe this would equip young girls with knowledge and skills.
Uh, Thank you so much, Matilda.
Sorry, the network is bad.
Yes, I can clearly see that the network is bad, but thank you so much for that contribution to say the government should come in to finance the education of these young people. And coming to you, Elvis, what role do you see the church playing in educating young people about responsible sexual behaviors? What role does the church have in order to educate or to educate these young people about responsible sexual behaviors?
Okay, personally, from my own observation, so the church, it's rare for the church to openly discuss sexual topics in front of even youths, even adults. There's a program called the Day of Family Planning at every church. On such a program, what they're going to talk about, they're going to say there's family planning. Use family planning. You should do child spacing. You should be using family planning for health services. What is that family planning that you're talking about? You're not going to go deeper to say even a condom. So the church really on the part of sexual education, it's not really that much involved. It's not.
But I think going forward, we can also include that aspect in our church programming, so that because we have young people at church and most of them during weekends are found there. So if we can have time to educate them about these issues to do with teenage pregnancy, early marriages, mental health, HIV, STIs, etc., I think that would also be a good measure to reduce these cases. Coming to you, Annie, we've had this campaign for some weeks now, and I would love to know, did you feel the campaign provided enough information about where young people can go for help or support related to these issues? Do you think the challenges, do you think this youth response challenge addressed or gave enough information on where the young people can find information or support should they need support?
Yes, because look at, we've talked about a lot, and I think that has really benefited some youths out there, because we've talked about STIs and HIV, teenage pregnancy, how you can prevent it. We've talked about defilements, where you can report where you are when you are defiled, and we've talked a lot, and I think yes, has
Annie is
benefited.
saying yes, because we talked about where you can have access to this information, and also if you are involved or you happen to be a victim of some of these challenges. Annie is saying the Youth Response Challenge also gave enough information on where you can find this information. Thank you so much, Annie. In case this is when you're joining us, this is the Real Talk Show brought to you by the Youth Platform. I'm your host, Mwene Brian, and today I have three amazing young people helping me to discuss what the Youth Response Challenge has been, and what they feel about the Youth Response Challenge. You can send us your feedback, your text message on what you feel about the Youth Response Challenge, and what topic really caught your attention. And moving forward, how would you love us to address those issues that are affecting the young people? We'll respond to your text messages as soon as possible. Kindly send them through the comment section. So coming to you, Elvis, what do you think the campaign effectively reached young men and addressed their specific concerns related to these topics, and why or why not did the campaign effectively reach these young men? If yes, then how did it impact these young men?
All right, thank you so much. So, of the people that were reached out, I would say yes, information was given effectively. Then I would say the information was limited because it was only able to cater for a small audience, but hopefully, because of the number that has received the information so far and their response was definitely positive, we hope to grow the coverage of the young men and women, possibly that those that are going to reach out for this information, and hopefully they are going to access the right information effectively.
All right. Thank you so much, Elvis. Matilda, do you feel the information shared during the campaign was easily understood and relevant to your experience as a young woman? So Matilda's internet still seems to have a bit of a challenge. Annie, do you think as a woman, as a young lady, as a girl child, do you think the information during the Youth Response Challenge was easy to understand and relevant to your experience as a young
Can you
lady?
repeat the question? Uh, sorry.
Matilda,
Okay,
the question, yes, Annie.
I think yes, it was
Sorry, I can't get.
Annie, can you get me?
yes.
Yes, so the question that I asked was, do you think the information shared during the Youth Response Challenge benefited you, and was it easy to understand and relevant to your experience as a young woman?
Yes, it was easily understood, and I got a lot of things and I understood a lot of things from there. And I think even if I go into the community, I can be able to teach everything that I've learned there. Yes.
Thank you so much. We come to the end of our show, but before we go, I would love you to give the last words. I wouldn't really say the last word, but for lack of better terms, let us use the last words to our dear viewers that are tuning from different places. Annie, I'll start with you. What last words do you have to our viewers?
Okay, keep tuning on the Real Talk Show. It's beneficial. You benefit from it and you benefit a lot from it. Thank you.
Annie is saying, keep tuning in to the Real Talk Show right here on our youth platform page to continue accessing this information every Friday at 14 hours. Elvis, what last words do you have to our dear viewers with regards to the Real Talk Show and the Youth Response Challenge?
Okay, thank you so much. So from the youth challenge response, it's clear that information is one thing that young people are lacking in this generation. So let us seek the right information. Trust me, the traditional leaders, yeah, they have experience and all, but the right information is right there at the health facility. When we have such forums where we discuss such issues, be there and openly discuss, ask questions where you're not clear, and get the right information. Misconceptions are not a good thing. The result of them is definitely negative. So let's focus on information that is at least straightforward. So that's my takeaway from this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elvis. Elvis is saying, let's keep tuning in and access this information. Elvis also mentions that information is one thing that will help us to reduce these challenges facing the young people. So this was another exciting episode of the Real Talk Show. And in the studios, I had Annie and Elvis and Matilda that helped me to talk about what the Youth Response Challenge has been and their takeaway from the Youth Response Challenges. So a lot of issues arise saying young people need the information. To you, our dear viewers, thank you so much for tuning in to the Real Talk Show. Catch us next week, Friday at 14 hours for another exciting episode of the Real Talk Show. Today, I was your host, Mwene Brian, and my sign language interpreter, Amon. Thank you so much. And to you, our viewers, shalom, shalom, and see you next Friday for another exciting episode. Thank you so much.